Chosen one, something powerful is happening around you, and you haven't even fully realized it yet. In fact, people are talking about how gracefully you deal with haters, critics, and opposition, some even calling you their role model without ever saying it to your face. Right now, your name is circulating in rooms you'll never step into. You've become the blueprint without even trying, and now everyone is watching, learning from you. You weren't being punished, you were being prepared, and there's a massive difference. Every difficult person you encountered was training you for levels of success that require thick skin. Every critic was teaching you how to filter noise from truth. Every enemy was showing you exactly what you'd need to overcome when the stakes got higher. Think about it like this. You've been in boot camp while others were in kindergarten. While others were learning basic lessons, you were getting advanced training. While others were dealing with simple challenges, you were facing complex warfare. And now you've got capabilities others don't have. Skills others never developed. Strength others can't comprehend. You know how to take a hit and keep moving. That's not weakness, that's power. You know how to hear criticism and extract the useful parts while discarding the garbage. That's not being soft, that's being strategic. You know how to watch your enemies attack you and use their attacks as fuel for your next level. That's not survival, that's domination. All those people who came against you thought stopping you was possible. Bringing you down seemed achievable to them. Exposing your weaknesses was their goal. But what actually happened was the creation of a viral marketing campaign for your strength. Every time someone talked about you, more people became curious. Every time someone criticized you, more people paid attention. Every time someone tried to destroy you, your reputation as someone who can't be destroyed actually got built. Your haters have been working for you this whole time. This fact is unknown to them, but discovery is coming. Because what's coming next is going to show everyone exactly what happens when you attack someone who was built to win. Now we're getting to the good part, the part where everything starts flipping. Your critics are starting to notice something disturbing. Their attacks aren't working anymore. In fact, their attacks are backfiring spectacularly. People who used to listen to criticism are now questioning the motives behind it. People who used to believe the lies are now seeing the truth. People who were neutral are now taking your side, and your haters are confused. Frustration is setting in, anger is building, because everything got thrown at you and you're still standing. Not just standing, you're thriving, you're growing, you're succeeding in ways people said you never would. Every prediction made about your downfall has failed. Every trap set has caught the wrong person. Every weapon formed has fallen apart. Some critics have gone completely silent. Talking about you stopped because every time mouths opened, worse impressions got made. Every time criticism flew, more defenders appeared. Every time a lie spread, the truth came out faster. The hard lesson got learned that coming against you has consequences, not because you retaliated, but because protection exists around you that makes your enemies destroy themselves. What's fascinating is how your response patterns are now being studied. The way you stay composed when provoked is being analyzed. Notes are being taken on how you choose which battles to fight and which ones to ignore. Your ability to remain focused on your goals while chaos swirls around you is being documented. Business leaders are using you as a case study. Content creators are making videos breaking down your approach. People in positions of power are asking themselves what you would do in certain situations. You've become a behavioral benchmark. When someone needs to make a decision about how to handle a difficult person, your name comes up. When a group discusses the right way to respond to public criticism, you get referenced. When someone tries to figure out how to maintain peace in hostile environments, your example gets examined. You didn't write a book about this. You didn't create a course. You just lived your life with integrity, and people documented it themselves. The conversations about you have shifted from gossip to genuine admiration. People aren't just talking about what happened to you. Discussion centers on how you handled what happened to you. There's a massive difference. Anyone can be a victim of circumstances, Not everyone can master their response to circumstances. You mastered your response, and that mastery is what has captured attention. Your critics are watching people praise the very things that were supposed to be your downfall. Boundaries got pointed out, and difficulty was the label applied. Now those same boundaries receive praise, and wisdom is the new label. Selective engagement got highlighted, and standoffish became the criticism. Now that same selective engagement receives admiration, and strategic becomes the descriptor. Unwillingness to argue got criticized, and weakness was claimed. Now that same unwillingness to argue receives respect, and maturity is recognized. Every attack that came against you created a debt in the universe that must be repaid. Every lie told about you created an imbalance that must be corrected. Every attempt to stop you created momentum that must be released. And that payment is coming due, that correction is happening now, that momentum is building to a level that can't be stopped. Watch what happens next, because the same people who tried to tear you down are about to watch you rise to heights never imagined, and the knowledge will sink in that their attacks didn't stop you. Their attacks launched you. You can actually learn from criticism. Let me explain why this is so powerful. When someone criticizes you, most people do one of two things. Complete rejection happens with defensive reactions, or complete acceptance happens with destruction following. But you do something different. You evaluate it. You extract what's useful and discard what's garbage. This is strategic dominance. You're turning your enemies into your teachers. A flaw gets pointed out with embarrassment as the goal, and you fix it and become stronger. Something you're not perfect at gets nitpicked, and you improve in that area and surpass everyone. Weakness exposure seems like their victory, but you use their criticism as a roadmap for your next evolution. Your haters are literally giving you free consulting. Obsession with you is real, studying you is happening. Analysis of you is constant, every move you make is known, and then exact vulnerability points get revealed to you, and you take that information and fortify those areas. Research is being done for you without anyone even realizing it. If you felt the truth in these words, hype this video so more chosen ones like you can see it. There's a story people tell about you, about a time when someone criticized something about you, something you actually were insecure about, and instead of getting defensive, instead of making excuses, instead of attacking back, you just worked on it. You improved, you leveled up in that exact area that received criticism, and now you're twice as good as you were before. Your critics are furious about this. A weakness seemed discovered, but you turned it into strength. People are fascinated by your filtering system. How do you know what criticism to accept and what to reject? How do you separate truth from lies? How do you stay objective when emotions are high? Understanding your process is desired because struggle with this is common. Most people either believe every negative thing said about them or believe nothing negative about themselves. You've found the balance between the two extremes. You've developed what people are calling ruthless discernment. You can hear harsh words and still extract valuable lessons. You can be in the middle of an attack and still find something useful to take away. You can face brutal honesty without crumbling and face baseless accusations without reacting. This skill alone puts you in a category most people will never reach. Your enemies hate that emotional manipulation of you is impossible. Triggering you with words is the goal. Getting you reactive is the plan. Making you defend yourself publicly is the dream. But you don't take the bait. You process everything internally first. You ask yourself if merit exists in what's being said. You check your own blind spots, and then you move accordingly. Never reactive, always responsive. There's a huge difference. This is how you win wars without fighting battles. This is how you defeat enemies without throwing a single punch. This is how you dominate while staying calm. You use everything that comes against you as fuel for your advancement. And your enemies are realizing too late that attacking you only makes you more dangerous. You want to know why you're so calm when others are losing their minds? You've been through worse, way worse. You've survived things that would break the average person. You've faced storms that would drown most people. You've endured pain that would destroy weaker souls. And that's not a sob story. That's your resume. That's your credentials. That's your proof of capability. When people try to intimidate you now, you almost laugh. Because real danger has been faced, real enemies have been survived, real obstacles have been overcome. These critics with their little comments, these haters with their weak insults, these opponents with their amateur tactics, nothing compared to what you've already conquered. You've got battle scars that prove breaking you is impossible. This is your unfair advantage. Porridge you've been forged in fire while others were playing in the kiddie pool. You've been tested under pressure while others were learning basic skills. You've been through hell and came out holding the keys, so when stress from petty drama gets attempted, you're unbothered. When shaking you with criticism gets tried, you're unmoved. When destruction through attacks gets planned, you're untouchable. People see this in you. Someone who's been tested and proven is visible. Someone who's earned their strength through battle is recognized. Someone who doesn't just talk about resilience, but lives it every single day, is acknowledged. And this makes others want to be like you. Belief that surviving their own storms is possible gets sparked. Understanding that if you made it through what you went through means making it through what's being faced is achievable. What people admire most is your perspective shift. You don't see opposition as something to fear. You see it as something to study. Every enemy teaches you something new about human behavior. Every critic shows you a different angle of perception. Every hater reveals another layer of what triggers people. You've become a student of conflict, and that knowledge makes you unbeatable. You understand something fundamental that most people miss. Haters aren't just random. Predictability exists. Patterns get followed. The same tactics get used. The same mistakes get made. Once you recognize the patterns, predicting the next move becomes possible. Once you predict moves, positioning yourself accordingly becomes easy. Once you're positioned correctly, victory is already yours before attacks even happen. This is why people say you're always 10 steps ahead. You're not psychic, you're just experienced. This scenario has played out so many times that knowing exactly what's coming is automatic. Someone starts with subtle jabs, then escalates to direct attacks, then tries to recruit others, then finally reveals their real motive. This sequence has been watched repeatedly, so when it starts happening again, surprise doesn't occur. Preparation is already in place. Your enemies see someone who can't be broken. Someone who can't be intimidated is visible. Someone who can't be stopped is recognized. And terror sets in, because best shots got thrown and you're still standing. Strongest weapons got used and you're still advancing. Full arsenal got deployed and you're still winning. And now options are running out while you're just getting started. Every attack against you is creating energy, but not the kind your enemies think. Weakening you seems like the result. Actually advertising you is what's happening. Destroying your reputation seems like the outcome. Actually building your legend is what's occurring. Stopping your progress seems like the goal. Actually accelerating your rise is the reality. When someone attacks you, significance gets announced to everyone who listens. When someone criticizes you, importance gets broadcast to all observers. When someone hates on you, power gets revealed as threatening to them. Your enemies are your marketing team, and this fact is unknown to them. Think about this strategically. People don't waste energy on people who don't matter. Time doesn't get spent tearing down someone who's irrelevant. Obsession doesn't happen over someone who's not a threat. The fact that you have haters proves you're doing something significant. The fact that people talk about you proves you're making waves. The fact that others try to stop you proves you're going somewhere others can't follow. While focus on attacking you consumes your critics, focus on building consumes you. While energy gets wasted trying to tear you down, you're using that same energy to rise higher. While obsession with your downfall dominates their minds, creation of your empire dominates yours. Chess is your game, while checkers is theirs. Thinking one move ahead is their limit. Seeing the whole board is your advantage. Every minute spent hating on you is a minute not spent building their own life. Every ounce of energy used attacking you is energy unavailable for their own success. Every moment obsessing over you is a moment neglecting their own purpose. Self-destruction is happening while destruction of you is being attempted, and you don't even have to lift a finger. You're not just winning for yourself, you're showing others how to win. Right now, people are watching you who are going through their own battles. Their own haters are being dealt with. Their own critics are being faced. Their own opposition is being encountered. And exhaustion is real. Worth questioning is happening. Giving up is being considered. Then you get seen. How you handle pressure without breaking gets observed. How you keep moving despite the attacks gets witnessed. How you turn criticism into fuel gets noticed. And something clicks. Possibility becomes real. Making it becomes understandable. Living proof that resilience works is right in front of everyone. You've become the blueprint. Your life is the evidence. Your success is the hope. This is power, chosen one, real power. You're not just building your own empire, you're teaching others how to build theirs. You're not just winning your own battles, you're showing others how to win theirs. You're not just overcoming your own obstacles, you're proving to others that obstacles can be overcome. Your existence is inspiration, your journey is education, your victory is motivation. People are having conversations where these words get spoken. If that person can make it through what got faced, I can make it through this. You're giving permission to keep going. You're giving courage to keep fighting. You're giving proof that the struggle is worth it. And most will never tell you this. Reaching out to say thank you won't happen. But existence is real, and success is happening because you showed possibility. What's remarkable is how your methods are being taught secondhand. Someone watches how you handle a difficult situation. Those same principles get applied to their own life. It works for them. Then teaching someone else happens, and that person teaches another. Your influence is spreading through generations of people who've never even met you. Your impact is multiplying exponentially without you doing anything extra. People are using your approach in their workplaces. Toxic co-workers are being dealt with the way you deal with toxic people. Boundaries are being set the way you set boundaries. Battles are being chosen the way you choose your battles. And it's working. The results you get are being achieved. The respect you've earned is being earned by others. The peace you've created is being created elsewhere. People are using your energy in their relationships. Your refusal to engage with drama has been watched. Your walking away from arguments that lead nowhere has been seen. Your maintaining dignity while others lose theirs has been observed. And implementation of those same strategies is happening. Relationships are improving. Stress is decreasing. Lives are getting better. People are applying your philosophy to their creative work. How you don't let criticism stop you from creating has been noticed. How you don't let haters silence your voice has been seen. How you don't let fear of judgment prevent you from expressing yourself has been watched. And courage is being found. Art is being shared. Truth is being spoken. Authentic living is happening. Every person you inspire goes on to inspire others. Every person who learns from your example teaches others. Every person who gains courage from your story passes that courage forward. You're not just changing your own life, you're changing generations. You're not just winning your own war, you're training an army that will face their own battles with the same strength you showed was possible. Now let me put you onto something real, Destiny Engine. I built this because I was done watching chosen ones get dragged through betrayal, isolation and attacks while their enemies strutted around unchecked. I want to help you accelerate the speed of your divine justice and step fully into your purpose. And the beauty of it, you don't even have to lift a finger. destiny engine takes their downfall and flips it into your rise. This isn't another meditation app, it's declassified consciousness technology, the same mind programming tools your enemies once used to install fear, competition and scarcity, re-engineered to restore your sovereignty and align you with the cooperative, upgraded operating framework. It generates personalized sequences mapped to your divine purpose. The hardest thing you'll do is put on headphones, press play and watch your enemies keep digging their own grave. The collective upgrade is underway. Start your destiny engine for $1 today and turn everything they did to break you into fuel for your rise. Link in the description. You take ownership of everything. Your wins, your losses, your successes, your mistakes, everything. While others are making excuses and blaming circumstances, you're looking in the mirror and asking what could have been done better. That's not weakness, that's ultimate power. When you take ownership, you take control. When you accept responsibility, you claim authority. When you stop blaming others, you stop giving power over your life away. You figured out something most people never learn. The moment you stop being a victim is the moment you become unstoppable. The second you stop pointing fingers is the second you can use both hands to build your future. This drives your critics insane. Playing the victim is what's wanted from you. Blaming them for your struggles is desired. Staying stuck in bitterness is hoped for. But you won't give that satisfaction. You looked at every situation, took what needed learning, and moved forward stronger. Years weren't wasted dwelling on who wronged you. That time got invested in becoming better than before. People respect this about you more than anything else. In a world full of victims, you're taking responsibility. In a culture of excuse makers, you're owning your choices. In an era of blamers, you're looking at yourself first. This separates you from the masses. This elevates you above the crowd. This marks you as someone who's going places. Everything your enemies tried to hide is coming to light. Everything that got lied about is being exposed. Everything that got twisted is being straightened. The truth is revealing itself and stopping it is impossible. This is the climax. This is where justice shows up. This is where karma does its work. People are starting to see who was really in the wrong. Neutrality is shifting to your side. Belief in lies is transforming into seeing truth. Silence is breaking into speaking up for you. Your character is defending itself without you saying a word. Your actions are speaking louder than any accusation. Your results are proving what words never could. Your enemies are watching this happen in real time, and panic is setting in. Damage control is being attempted, new narratives are being spun, distraction from the truth is being tried, but it's too late. The momentum has shifted, the tide has turned, the battle is already won. Admission just hasn't happened yet. Watch what happens when the truth fully comes out. Watch how reactions unfold when realization hits that lies were believed. Watch how quickly support for your enemies disappears. Watch how fast credibility crumbles. Everything attempted against you is about to happen to them. Everything people were made to believe about you is about to be revealed as projection. Everything you got accused of is about to be exposed as what was actually being done by your accusers. What's happening is a complete reversal. The people who defended your critics are now questioning those critics. The people who spread rumors about you are now being questioned about their motives. The people who attacked your character are now having their own character examined. It's like the universe pressed rewind and decided to show everyone what really happened from the correct angle. You're watching apologies happen from people who never apologized before. You're seeing defense from people who stayed silent before. You're observing validation from people who doubted you before, and you're not even asking for any of this. It's happening organically. The truth has its own energy. Fighting for it from you isn't needed. It fights for itself. The conversations have completely changed tone. Where whispered criticisms used to happen, spoken praises now occur. Where questioning your methods was common, studying your methods is now happening. Where doubting your story was normal, sharing your story is now trending. The narrative has flipped entirely, and your enemies are watching carefully constructed lies dissolve in front of everyone. You're not gloating. Rubbing it in anyone's face isn't happening. Saying "I told you so" isn't being done. You're just continuing to do what you've always done, moving forward, building, growing, succeeding, and that grace makes people respect you even more. Vindictiveness was expected, mercy got shown instead, revenge was anticipated, maturity got demonstrated instead. This is divine justice. This is spiritual law. This is universal balance. What goes around comes around. What you sow, you reap. What you send out returns to you multiplied. Your enemies sowed lies. Reaping exposure is about to happen. Attacks got sent out. Receiving consequences is coming. Destroying your reputation was attempted. Watching theirs crumble is about to occur, and you didn't have to do a thing except stay consistent and let truth do its work. While all this is happening, there's something else you need to know about. You've got an army you don't even see. Silent supporters exist. Quiet believers are real. People who never comment, never like, never reach out are watching. Rooting for you is happening. Defending you in conversations you'll never hear is occurring. And power exceeds that of your loudest haters. These people are strategic. Discernment is strong. Observation is keen. Seeing through the lies from the beginning happened. Recognition of the attacks for what they were occurred. Understanding the truth, even when others were confused, was present. And supporting you in silence has been happening, waiting for the right moment to speak up. That moment is now. Watch how visibility starts happening. Watch how speaking up begins. Watch how public defense emerges. Your haters thought numbers were on their side. Loud voices seemed to represent the majority, but wrongness was total. Just a noisy minority existed. The real majority has been silent, observing, waiting, and now stepping forward is happening. Now making support known is occurring. Now showing everyone that you were never alone is taking place. Supporters existed who were too classy to engage with chaos. Remember when being called crazy happened. Remember when being told you were wrong occurred. Remember when your vision got mocked. Well, look who's following your lead now. Look who's copying your methods now. Look who's preaching what you were saying all along. You were ahead of the curve and seeing it wasn't possible for others, but now everyone can see it. Now everyone knows you were right. This is happening across every area where a stand got taken. The things you believed in that others rejected. The values you held when others compromised. The path you chose when others said the wrong way was being taken. Time has proven you right. Reality has validated your choices. Results have confirmed your vision. And the people who doubted you are now following the trail you blazed. Some have the nerve to act like support always existed. Some pretend doubt never happened. Some want to rewrite history like being on your side from the beginning was reality. But you know the truth. You remember who stood with you when hardship was real. You remember who believed in you when laughter from others was happening. You remember who had your back when need was greatest. Rubbing it in faces isn't needed. Saying "I told you so" isn't necessary. Revenge or payback isn't desired. You're too focused on where you're going to worry about who doubted where you've been. You're too busy building your future to dwell on past critics. You're too secure in your vision to need validation from people who couldn't see it before. Your enemies thought an obituary was being written. An origin story was actually being created. Every attack became a chapter. Every critic became a character that made you stronger. Every obstacle became a plot point that set up your victory. Focus on taking you down was so intense that building you up wasn't noticed. Every word spoken against you became marketing. Every lie told became evidence of your threat level. Every attempt to stop you became proof of your momentum. And now the harvest is coming. Everything planted in patience is about to bloom. Everything sowed in perseverance is about to multiply. Everything invested in yourself while attacks were happening is about to pay dividends beyond comprehension. This isn't wishful thinking. This is spiritual law. This is universal principle. This is inevitable outcome. Watch what happens in the next season. The opposition that seemed overwhelming is about to retreat. The critics who seemed relentless are about to fall silent. The enemies who seemed powerful are about to reveal their weakness, not because you destroyed them, but because self-destruction happened while trying to destroy you, not because you fought them, but because exhaustion occurred from fighting someone who was protected. People are going to witness this shift, and confirmation of everything suspected about you is going to happen. Someone who was attacked emerging victorious is going to be seen. Someone who was doubted proving everyone wrong is going to be watched. Someone who was counted out counting up wins never imagined possible is going to be observed. And your story is going to become the story that gives courage for other battles. The title of this message isn't random. People really are talking about how well you deal with haters, ops, and critics. But what's really being said underneath those words is that mastery of something most people spend their whole lives trying to figure out has happened in you. You've learned how to maintain your power in the presence of opposition. You've discovered how to stay focused when distractions are everywhere. You've unlocked the secret to moving forward regardless of who's trying to hold you back. Being called a role model is happening because you're showing others a different way to respond to adversity. Most people either become aggressive or become victims. You found the third option: power with peace, strength with grace, dominance with dignity. And that combination is rare. That combination is magnetic. That combination is what makes you unforgettable. This is your legacy building in real time. Every person you inspire will inspire others. Every life you touch will touch others. Every example you set will set others free. You're not just winning for yourself. You're winning for everyone who's watching and learning. You're not just succeeding for your own benefit. You're succeeding as proof that it can be done. You're not just overcoming for personal victory. You're overcoming as evidence that resilience always wins. So when people talk about you now, exactly what needs to be said is being said. You're a role model. You're an inspiration. You're proof that pressure creates diamonds. You're evidence that attacks can't stop destiny. You're a living testimony that the universe protects those who refuse to quit. And every word spoken about your strength is adding to your legend. Every conversation about your resilience is building your reputation. Every mention of your ability to handle opposition is cementing your status. Your haters worked overtime to destroy you and accidentally made you famous. Your critics spent endless time attacking you and accidentally built your brand. Your enemies invested massive energy trying to stop you and accidentally accelerated your rise. Looking at the results of their efforts now is happening, and realization that playing themselves occurred is sinking in. Seeing you thrive and understanding that fuel came from them is dawning. Watching you succeed and knowing that stepping stones came from them is being recognized. People are talking about how well you deal with haters, ops, and critics because watching you master the fundamentals is happening. But what isn't known yet is that you're about to show advanced levels beyond imagination. You're about to demonstrate dominance never witnessed. You're about to achieve success that makes everything before look like practice. The conversations will continue, the admiration will grow, the respect will multiply, because you're not just someone who survived opposition, you're someone who transformed opposition into opportunity. You're not just someone who handled criticism, you're someone who used criticism as a catalyst for growth. You're not just someone who dealt with haters, you're someone who turned haters into motivation. So let them talk, let discussion happen, let analysis of how you handle opposition continue. Because soon different topics will dominate. Talk about your success is coming. Discussion of your impact is approaching. Mention of your influence is imminent. Conversation about your empire is inevitable. And tracing everything back to this moment is going to happen. The moment when attacks from all sides happened and breaking didn't occur. The moment when relentless criticism came and stopping didn't happen. The moment when constant opposition arose and quitting didn't take place. Your enemies created the narrative. You're creating the ending. And it's going to be legendary. The conversations about you will continue long after your critics have gone silent. The respect you've earned will outlast the hate that was tried to be spread. The legacy you're building will tower over the lies that were tried to be told. And when it's all said and done, people will remember one thing. You were the one who showed everyone that grace under pressure isn't just possible, it's powerful, and you were their role model for exactly that reason.